Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna put a aftermarket steering wheel. We're gonna put this Momo. I got this from Up Garage. Paid 150 bucks. The Up Garage here in LA. It's pretty good deal. These usually go for about 220, 230, brand new. Obviously it's used, but it's from Japan, which is pretty cool. We're gonna pair that here with this Momo steering hub. So the hub I got off of eBay for about 100 bucks. Here's the box. Let me see if I can find the part number for you. So the part number is gonna be that one right there. The hub is 5702. We'll see how it fits into the car. This is for my NB Miata. So first things first is we gotta take off the battery. I just disconnected the live terminal, or from the live terminal, just disconnected it. I've been sitting for about 10 minutes. You want to do that so when you take off the factory airbag, that it doesn't just blow up in your face. And before you want to do any of that, is you got to make sure that your steering wheel is straight, that your wheels are straight. You should probably still get a alignment after this, regardless whether it's straight or not. But just to be safe, you should get an alignment. So let's get to it. So first we're gonna take off the steering wheel. This is the factory Nardi. It's a pretty cool wheel, just that this one's a little old and I've never had an aftermarket steering wheel. Since this is a project car, I wanted to, indulge in all that good stuff. I believe there's two 10 mil bolts back here, or yeah, right here. So there's one right here that you would take off, I believe, and another one on this side, right there. Right there, you can see. And then I should spring this loose. Actually, I'm mistaken. So there's these little tabs right here that you can take off. So you take those off, and in there should be, here it is, here's a tab. Take it off. And in there is this 10 millimeter bolt. This should come, that way the airbag will just come off. You don't want to sit in front of it, just in case for whatever reason this thing blows. So I'm just gonna get under. So here are the two 10 mils, pretty simple. Pop out of right there, took them out. So here's the here's the airbag. I messed up my clock spring a while ago, so I'm not too worried about it. But if you look at the back, there's a connector. Obviously connecting for the airbag trigger and then also your horn. So you'll need to take that off. So let's do that. All right, so there you go, we got it off. So this thing, it comes in a two-part clip. So this is the part of the airbag and this is the part of the steering wheel. So what you'll do is you'll press this little white thing. It should lift up, exposing that little tooth. What I did is I exposed it up, put my other finger into it, that way it wouldn't close on me, and then just tossed it apart. Just be careful with this. This is an airbag. They're relatively not dangerous, but it's basically a bomb. So if it were to explode, what you want to do is you want to start facing up. That way it doesn't bounce and explode in any direction. If it were to explode, it'll just pop out and you get the bag. So be careful with that. Treat it with respect. So if you have like a upper trim level, your steering wheel should be a Nardi, I believe. I'm not too sure. It's pretty cool. It says right there, made in Italy. It's got that Nardi logo right there. That's pretty cool. I'm kind of hesitant to get rid of this one. I might keep it, I might not. We'll see. But here's what the inside looks like. Here you have basically a nut holding this thing into it. If you can see back there is the clock spring. This is the connector. Connects to the clock spring, and then here's your horn button. So when you press the horn button in, the metal makes contact, and then that grounds it, making your horn work. Like I said, my clock spring is broken because I broke it when I was putting in the power steering rack. So I don't have a horn right now. I have to wire some stuff up, but we'll get into that right now. Right now we just need to take off this nut, loosen it, take off the steering wheel, and then pull it out. All right, don't forget to take out this grounding clip as well, so we'll do that right now. Ooh. There you go. There you go, because we won't need that. All right. believe this is a 21 mil, so let me check that out. So I don't have a 21 mil. I have a 22, which is too big, and a 19, which is too small. So I'm gonna use a 3/16. It fits pretty good actually. So check that out. See, pretty good. So you're gonna break this loose, but don't take it off all the way. So like I said, you just want to break it loose. You don't want to take it off all the way. You gotta take off the steering wheel, and sometimes they get stuck. So you got it's a little loose. Probably still need some more ugga-duggas. Kind of hard to hit the hole. There you go. There you go. So there you go. See, there's a little leeway. So now what we want to do is break the steering wheel loose without moving it too much. So let's do that here. Okay, just a couple of bangs and she's loose. So it's ready to come out. So I'll take the nut off and then the steering wheel should come out. Great success. So I got the nut out, steering wheel out. So this will go back in there. If you see here, just be careful because there's splines on here, and this is where your hub will go. This is also for your directional. So when you put on the directional, you turn on the wheel will eventually hit something what returns your directional. So you don't want to mess that up. And if you see here, the clock spring itself has to line up with the arrow. That way you know that your clock spring's not too far one way or too far the other way. So you just line that up, you should be good. Okay, so now we got that off, got the steering wheel off, so we just have the clock spring. With this particular with this particular Momo hub, it doesn't just go over and into it because of this. This is in the way. So what you'll need to do is take out the clock spring. You won't need it anymore since you don't have an airbag and you don't have, well, just an airbag. The horn button you can still wire up. So what we'll do is we'll take this off. This got some screws down there in these 4 holes. 1, get that there, 2, I believe 3. It's got 3. We'll take this off. We'll take the clock spring out, put the hub on, put the nut back on, steering wheel onto the hub, and that should be it. All right, so yeah, there's 3 screws holding this thing in. That one's a different one. I bought this car from some kid, so I think he had someone put it alarm system in here, so I have to check that out, maybe get rid of that. So yours hopefully doesn't have this red light. Looks like they just drilled a freaking hole through there for this stupid ass light. But nevertheless, it's 3 screws, and then this thing's like, you see those tabs? This thing's tabbed together, so just give it a little yank and then you should be able to pull it apart. Please don't break this because it's probably a hassle to get. This thing's dirty as all hell. But now we got the clock spring ready to go. So pretty simple. You just take this off, you take this off, you take this off, and the clock spring should come out. Pretty simple. Don't move the steering wheel too much because it should be dead center right now. So when you put the hub on and you put everything else back together, try to keep it as aligned as possible so you can get an alignment after. So after you take the clock spring out, just those 3 screws that go there, there, and there, you have this. So I believe one of them is for the horn and the other one is the airbag. So what you want to do is just unclip these and then leave this here. So what you'll do is you'll just press down on this tab, get that little tooth out, and then this one's the same as the other one. So you just press this out, push out. If you don't want an airbag light on, what you'll do is you'll get a 3 ohm resistor. I don't have it on me right now. I'll probably upload that on a different video. But you just put the 2 ends of the resistor into here, and you should have no more airbag. And then if you want the horn, what you'll do is you'll either get a kit that fits this connector, or what you'll do is you'll cut this, splice it into your horn button, and then connect that somewhere to ground. And then whenever you press the button, the ground will go off and then your horn should work. So I'll do that also in another video. If you guys like, comment, and subscribe, it'll come soon. But here's the connector for the turn signal. So when you move your turn signal up and down, when this rotates, it eventually knocks this out of the way, and then your turn signal goes back to its original place. You know what I'm saying? So what you want to do is you get the hub, you put those two prongs into these two holes right here, and then this one's labeled, so it's got a top label right there, as you can see. It says top, so obviously that's how it goes. So this goes to the top, something like that. You want to align your splines. There's usually a marking on the top of the spline that shows you where the top is, but I guess this one doesn't have it. Alright, so after you line up the splines, the top to top, the two holes for the return, I loosely put this back on, so it's on there. I use the breaker bar to get it back on there. It's not perfect, but it looks pretty good. My alignment was off before I did this, so what I want to do now is I put on the back of the plastic cover. There's a small gap, which I don't like, but I'll figure something out for that. Maybe 3D print a part that goes there or something. But I got the screws back in, tying those up. I'm going to put the steering wheel on, hold the steering wheel, and tighten down this because I don't have an impact. So let's do that. So after you do that, I'll get that on there. I just got to put the rest of these Allen bolts back in. We'll put them in, and then this is how it should look after everything. So mine's a deep dish, so now I have more room for my knees. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm 5'9". I'm horizontally challenged, so I got wide hips, so it's a little bit better for the knees. I got some thick thighs, if you will. So let me put this on, tighten that down, and then you guys can see the finished product. Okay, so before I put the center cap on, I want to hold on to the steering wheel, tighten out this nut with the breaker bar real quick. All right, this is what the finished product should look like. Oh, it looks so good with the Momo horn button. But yeah, there you go. I'm kind of hesitant about selling the stock Nardi. If you own a Miata and you want to buy it off of me, I'll give you a better price if you comment on the video and tell me where you want it. Southern California would be best, so that way I don't have to ship it. But this looks nice. This looks nice. We'll see you in the next one.